Good greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tirra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And y'all know I love helping the women align with their life purpose and unleashing their inner wild women by using ancient wisdom and the goddess center lifestyle. It's all about us stepping into our power stars. How y'all doing this morning? I hope that y'all love the music. Let's dance. Wake up, wake up. Hey. I see some sisters are already here. How y'all doing? What's up to the queen? Diza. Bonjour. What's up, Bliss? How you doing? Great rising. Yes. And we have the goddess Paulette here. Buenos dias, hermana. Greetings, La Reina, Paulette. Hi, Eileen. How are you? Yeah, it's lit. It's lit up in here, baby. And it's crazy. This music comes from Sharkey, my belly dance instructor. Well, she created that format. And she makes music, too. She's amazing. Her name is Ori. Okay, hello to Extra Intentional, buenos dias. Hello to Mystic Storm, hola, greetings. Grand rising to the goddess, Sharmika, hey. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Good morning. I'm having a lean to the side, do a gangster lean, because the sun is coming through. It's hitting me. Okay, we got Keita May in the house. What's up? Hi to the goddess Felicia. I'm glad to see everybody. I'm feeling good. All right, y'all. Let's get this together. Hi, Queen. Welcome. Y'all see Eileen is back. Eileen is back. And we got Dava over on Facebook. What's up, Dava? How are you? Lean with it. Rock with it. And shimmy. Come on, Dava. All right, come on, Eileen. Let's do our Zumba. That's the early 2000s Zumba right there, okay? Don't get it confused with the Zumba they doing now. Oh my gosh, it's Leo season, baby. We do not go small during Leo season. We go big, baby, okay? Go big or go home. Shine. Come on, let's party. Let's have a good time. Why everybody so serious up in here for Leo season? Come on. Yes. If this was high school, I would give Eileen the most popular. Everybody speaking to Eileen. Come on, Ocean Kimmy. Let's do it. Hey. Hey, how are you, G? Welcome, Queen. That's right, Keita May. If you weren't up, you up now. Let's go. Yes. Okay, I got it on loop. Let me stop it. So glad that we're here. And yeah, good times, good times, good times. So, what we're going to do is let's just start off with talking a little bit, see how everybody is doing. Um, we had that major aspect happen um, on, what was the 31st? Sunday? Oh my God. I was like, this is no joke. This is no joke. Um, Bill Russell passed. Well, we found out that, yeah, Bill Russell. I'm not super into sports, but I know he was a legend. Um, Nichelle, I should know her name, but Lieutenant Haru, but let me get her name. Nichelle, uh, what's her name, y'all? Nichols, yeah. Again, I never professed to be very detail oriented like that. I can give y'all some details about the goddesses, but I'm not always detail oriented like that. We found out on that day she passed. Greetings, how are you, Priestess Ellen, Grand Rising? We've missed you, Eileen. We have missed you, Ocean Kimmy. Oh, don't forget, y'all get y'all's whatever you're drinking. It could be smoothie. We're not necessarily talking coffee, not everybody drink coffee. Maybe you got some tea, Jamba Juice, something. I don't know. Water. This mug is from one of the email communities where I'm learning how to, be better at email. Kate Doster's her name. And this one says, be the one who was brave enough to go after her dreams. I love that. I look at this mug regularly like, okay, I'm brave enough to go after my dreams, even though I feel like a crazy lady some days. So what y'all drinking? Let us sister know if you're drinking something. Keita May said yesterday was a whammy for me. Emotions just out of whack, but I'm better now. It's been hard. It's been hard. Greetings, Furious. Yeah, it's been very challenging. Just okay, we got tea. We got lemon ginger tea with collagen. Okay, I take my collagen regularly, almost daily. Shamika got water. Hey, it all counts. Most of us need to drink more water. Sumatra coffee. Okay, that sounds delicious. um, Coffee now water. Warm ozonated water with pink salt. Raw cacao, my fave. Love, love, love it. Hold on, I missed this one. Keita May has water. El agua for Mystic Storm. Love, love, love it. Yes, let's all just like we're toasting. Felicia the Firekeeper has water. We're toasting to having a wonderful rest of this week. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let me be about my goddess's business because I'm gonna have to get off today right at about an hour because I coach on Tuesday mornings. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do a body scan in a little bit because I have been pondering. One of my coachees and I had a conversation about the body, and it's just been coming up. I was just oh, I still have a comment up. Where are we? Oh, yeah. I was watching one of my videos yesterday. I constantly have something playing to keep my mind on the straight and narrow and not it's how I kind of when I'm not doing my mindfulness practice, if I feel like my mind is just doing too much, I'll listen to, some type of wisdom teaching. I didn't even finish it, but the premise that this lady put out was that our body is our compass. Our body is our barometer. And I even saw something this morning that says it's the name of a book. It's something like, I don't know exactly what the name of the book was, but essentially the body is going to tell the story. Everything is in the body. And so part of our power in is to be anchored in the now moment. And if we really want to fix something, if we really want to understand what is it that we need to do, then we have to get into the body, because the body, it has a connection to the emotional body, the mental body, what's going on in the spirit realm. So much will be told through our bodies. And so one of the key practices in mindfulness is the body scan. Number one, the body scan helps to anchor you into the now moment, which is the most powerful moment right now. Okay. And so it helps us to get anchored into this moment. This is where healing happens. Healing doesn't happen with racing minds, with constantly thinking about what happened yesterday, um, constantly thinking about what's lying ahead. It doesn't lie in made up problems and made up stories. And I say that with a lot of love, but a lot of us, because I know I do it, it's just part of the human experience. First of all, to be human is to make up stories. We are key storyteller tellers. The only meaning that life has is the meaning that we give it. This is the part of the gift of being in human form. And a lot of us make up stories constantly. I'm constantly checking myself on what story am I making up. We make assumptions about people. Um, we make inferences. Those of us who are intuitive, sometimes we may pick up something from somebody, but we will make up a story because we don't know fully what it is. I am one of those people. I've noticed it here lately. It's like, yeah, I can pick up on people's energy, but all I need to do is note the energy. I need to wait for that person to tell me what is that about. Or if I'm curious, I can ask, why am I feel like I'm picking this up from you. Am I? You know? So these are things that we need to be cautious about and um bring ourselves into the now moment so that we can get healed up. But also, the body stores a lot of stuff. The subconscious mind's prime directive is to keep us alive and to keep us safe. Okay. And so it'll take something that is just too overwhelming, is unresolved, and feels like it's a threat to us being able to function. And it'll sink it deep, deep, deep down inside of us. And so the body, though, if we don't resolve it, it will begin to let us know what is going on. I also think the body is connected to other lifetimes. This is my experience. One of my knees, um, it is connected to a lifetime where I ran away. I was an enslaved woman here in the United States. I ran away. They caught me and cut off my knee. I mean, cut off my leg at my knee. And so, I would be confused if I didn't subscribe to other lifetimes and didn't see that other lifetime to know that that's what this knee is somewhat related to. This knee is also related to some other stuff. When we think about Reiki, a lot of times in Reiki, we can find out it feels like, oh, I'll just use my example. It feels like it's a knee, but it might actually be I don't do a good job of expressing my emotions. Needs are also related to Capricorn. So Capricorn is karma. So it could be something with karma, or it could be something where you feel like you're overburdened. Who knows? Whatever system you want to use, it's a lot. We have a lot at our disposal, but the body tells the story. And most of us need to get more in tune with our body. We live in such a mental world. It's just so easy to check out. It is so easy to check out of our bodies. A lot of us don't want to deal with all the stuff that's there. And it's not that we're bad people. A lot of us just don't know, how do I do this, right? So, yeah, we're going to do a body scan today, and we're going to take a little bit of time to talk about a happy pocket full of money. And again, this is about me wanting us to have more discussions on on or about metaphysics. Now, going back to just a few things that I'm noting from the astrology. So we had those 2 things happen. We found out these 2 greats have passed, with the conjunction of Uranus, Uranus, the North Node, and Mars. They all conjuncted. Make no mistake about it, we need to keep our eyes and ears open for when we see something that's cutting edge. Now, use your oracles and stuff like that, to figure out what is really that thing you want to take an opportunity on. But it's some technology is going to be rebirth. It could be regarding food and how we're taking care of food. On Saturday, I went to an event at my nonprofit, and what they're doing down in I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm gonna look at the comments in just a minute. Y'all keep commenting. Uh, Let me see here. Queen, um, uh, Holly. Um, oh yeah. I'm gonna show y'all this really quickly because I want y'all to look into this, and I'll drop a link in here. So this beautiful lady right here, queen, she's truly a queen. Um she's from the American Samoan culture, and she and her husband are where is it? Oh, she and her husband Hakeem are now let me tell y'all about Hakeem, what I found out about Hakeem. His is like great great grandfather or something like that. Took the pictures that we see of Madam CJ Walker, and is it uh I'll think of the other name, but um Hakeem and his wife are let me see here if it says it. They are going to American Samoa, and let me bring Queen back up because she's the one who this is. Shoots. Here we are. They are going to American Samoa and helping the Samoans there remember um the all the remedies that came from their ancestors, because the Samoans, they have a lot of illness, and they eat a lot of like fast food and stuff like that. And but before that, they're known to kind of be, people think they're big, but they're not. Their ancestors were not. It's what they're eating now. So they're using film and technology, and they're teaching the Samoans to go in, and they're teaching the Samoans how to go in and record those who remember the ancient ways of Samoa, and the health remedies, record it so that they can start using it again, and so that they don't start losing this indigenous knowledge. So it's going to be something like that. And so we were talking, and what they said to me was, well, we were talking about another lady here in the Nashville area. Her name is Miss Pearl, and how Miss Pearl, she's growing plants like everyone used to know Miss Pearl did hair, but now she's a master gardener, and she was naming all this stuff that she grows. And he said, pretty soon, Hakeem said, pretty soon, we're not going to go to the grocery store anymore and buy, this food. We're going to start just growing it ourselves, or going to places like Miss Pearl. Those are the kinds of things that I think are going to happen. Courtney, who comes on here, hopefully I'll get her and her business partner to come on, because they are getting their farm up and going and doing some crowd funding for that. Um, so yeah, I dropped their link in here. I want y'all to check that out. This is like the Samoans are very similar to people of color in general. And who knows, maybe we'll go and retreat there, because they were like, y'all need to come. I'm like, yeah, let's go down there. But they kind of remind me, not exactly, but sort of, of my own people. We were very like related. So it's going to be something like that, or with money. I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I don't talk about it. I have some, and I'm disappointed at how low it is. Everybody's like, buy when it's low. Um, but something with exchange and how we exchange. I don't know if we're going to go back to bartering, if we're going to do cryptocurrency, if it's going to be a mix, but something will be like really taking off. So I'm telling y'all now, what we want to do is just to really push ourselves to use our gifts, our talents, and to figure out how do we mesh it with where we are right now in order to, make sure we express them fully while we're here. Um, the other thing that I found interesting is I see that there's now I'm going to see if I can pull this up. Okay, so what we call it, the eclipses are in, uh, hold on one second. Let me see if I can get her back to the beginning. No, but the eclipses are happening in Taurus and Scorpio. And I think it's interesting, which I know a lot of y'all here will be like, no duh, Tyra, no duh on this. Um, but I just saw something that says that, here we go. Depression is not caused by a chemical imbalance, and that a lot of the reason why people think, and it's not to say that the brain isn't the chemicals of the brain are not affected, but it's not just that simple thing. We don't really know what causes it. It's multifactorial for each person, but the pharmaceutical companies have led people to believe that it's just simply you have an imbalance in your brain, take this medicine. And this lady, it's called Therapy in a Nutshell. She is showing that just in the last few days, research has been released, and I don't keep up with the news. I'm like, where's the news on this? Is the news talking about this? That there is a report that says it's not that. We don't really know fully what causes depression for anybody, and this gives people more hope and finding ways to better handle how to deal with um their brains. And I'm just bringing this up because I want y'all to know that a lot of times when we have these astrological events happening, we are going to see things going on in the world that reflect it. And so the part of the nodes of the moon that's um in Scorpio is about purging and releasing and letting go. And so here we have, the Scorpio is about psychology, and it's about getting therapy. And so now we have this major breakthrough regarding depression that I think is going to help a lot of people, better be able to find what's actually going to work for them and moving past their depression. So that was something else that kind of stood out for me with how the astrology is being reflected right now. So let's see here. Oh, I miss you too, Eileen, but I know we'll connect in a different way. We'll keep connecting, all that. The body keeps the score. Thank you, Dava. That's the book I was talking about. The body keeps the score. And this is another reason why we revere the body. The body is our friend. When things are off in the body, it's like, okay, tell me, what is it that I need to do? But it's just, here's another thing. We're in a society that says you must look a certain way. And I think it's just a game, to help keep us all caught up in um, it helps to disempower us. But when we look at our body and we're like, okay, what is this a reflection of? Um, to see it as beautiful, no matter the state that it's in, but to see the body is beautiful because what I realized about my body is, well, dang, even in the midst of me abusing it through over teaching, eating too much sugar, my body still was like, I'm here for you, boo. I'm going to fight and to hold on to as much health as I can for you until, maybe it's a mental thing that's going on with you. Or for me, it was largely emotional and, the stress from teaching. Until that, I'm gonna do my best to hold on. And so, and I'm not even sitting here acting like I'm totally just like free and I'm just like so good. I'm in this with you all because I'm working to love my body more. And I love these knowledge, this notion of which I love this notion of the body is really just giving me information so that I can make sure I can help to keep it in balance as much as I can or to bring it back into balance. And so when I was younger, without anyone telling me this, I used to say, whenever I notice I'm getting a little overweight, it's really something emotional. So I would go do something to make myself happy. I would make myself laugh. And, I just kind of gotten out of that. So that's something I'm going to like revisit and get back to. This is my natural way of being. I recognize my body reflects my level of happiness and everything like that. Um, but, even a couple of weeks ago when I had that anxiety episode, it reflected in my body. The body keeps the score. Thank you. There we go. So y'all know that one. Aw, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. And we have to really be cautious of that. We have to begin to catch ourselves when we're telling stories and just say, "Well, I love the 4 agreements." And so one of the agreements is make no assumptions, right? I'm not gonna make any assumptions. And then the stories that I know I'm making up about myself, I'll just say, "For real, like, is this really true? Or are you just making something up right now?" Good morning, Queen Jawan. Glad you are here. Ah. Uh, where's are you asking where is Samoa? It's, in the Pacific. It is. It's really yeah, nice. I'm sure he will come back with you. Yes, 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 yes. Get to doing that. Gardening and homesteading is growing and it's critical for our health. It really is, Felicia. It really is. Mm. Yes. Diza is in Martinique. And so it's interesting, the people in the islands, like, to me, well, what they said, I'm not even gonna claim this, but what they said was, how is it they live in the middle of, like, these is so much health and wellness, abundance of all this goodness, what has happened? Um, and it is the colonialism, the oppression. And the thing that's unique about the American Samoan culture and the Pacific Islands also, but for sure American Samoa, because that's who they talked about the most, is that they actually are to a certain degree, s- they're not they're not fully colonized. They weren't colonized like other people were, but they don't know everything. It's like they know things, but they don't know. So, for instance, they showed us a clip from Queen talking to some kids there who they asked, about the early ancestors of the Samoans. And these kids think that their ancestors are cannibals. And of course, that's just a lie, right? But then by the same token, there are parts of the culture that are intact. That's why I was like, it sort of like they remind me of Black people. Oh, actually, some kind of way, Queen is related to Muhammad Ali too. I never got the story on that. Okay, here's another resource. Tracy Marks. So that is good to know. Yeah, with this eclipse being in with the eclipse being in Scorpio, there are going to be these, a lot is going to come out about the psyche, psychology, mental health, healing, especially wounds or something regarding the mind. So I'm not surprised to see this. And I hope that, well, one thing that I do like that this lady that I pulled up talked about was, in a way, it was good for that narrative to be out there that it's just a chemical imbalance in the brain. It was good for that to be out there because it took the stigma off. Like, it used to be people were morally judged for having mental health issues. Um, and that was it was able to take away the stigma. And so now we can really get to healing because, Scorpio, with the South Node in Scorpio, this is a really good time to heal. If people are struggling in some kind of way, there's no better time to heal because Scorpio is about, let's face this thing in the dark. Let's face the darkness. Let's face this wound. Let's face this um these challenges, especially, you know, of mental health. And the South Node is like purging and releasing. And so, anything that's backed up or blocked, when the South Node is there, it's gonna like unleash it, right? It's gonna really like create where it stuff is coming out, is flowing out. And so, you know, a lot of us are gonna maybe be able to get healed up. A lot of people who have struggled for a long time, now they're gonna be like, well, you know what? I can take the pill and I can go over here and do these other things now. So yeah, let's y'all. I think I know Tracy Marks. I might be on her. I think I'm on her. I think I'm following her already because that sounds very familiar. Oh, that's cool. Yes, I love that. Hmm. Yes. Western society wasn't raising us to listen to our bodies. Listening to your body can sometimes tell you things before any medical exam confirms. Yep. And you want me to tell you something too? These are I typically diagnose myself all the time. It's just something I've always done. Just like, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And I just go get confirmation if I need some medication or something like that. I just go to get that because, of course, I can't give myself medication. Top of the morning, new life. Good morning. Hmm. Yes. Here's another one, Irene Lyons. I'm pretty sure I'm on Tracy Marks now that I see the name. Hmm. Yes, Furious. South Node of the Moon. Mm, that is so good, Paulette. I found amazing how waking up from that colonialism world, our ancestors' voices get louder and you can feel it in your body. I'm grateful for the journey. I share. Oh, mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes and ears open, or if somebody knows, if somebody is more adept at talking about these ancestral stories being passed down in code, or if y'all have a resource or something, yeah, pass it on because I think that's important. I really do. Good morning. How are you, Cora? Welcome. Yep. You and me both, Keita. Keita May. Okay, so let me see here. What's this other one that I put in here? Yes, I did put this in here. So let's just go on ahead and do a little bit of a body scan. And this is the one I want to do. So if y'all would just go on ahead and get comfortable. And yeah, we're going to do a body scan that involves liquid sunlight. I thought, you know what? It's Leo season. Let's do this. And so once you're comfortable, just go on ahead and take some nice, big, deep breaths, breathing in and out. And you may even want to let your out breath, your exhale, be a little bit longer than your inhale. And if you would, just close your eyes or drop your gaze to limit visual distraction. And just starting to feel the weight of the body, starting to notice the points of contact of the feet on the floor, wherever they are. And you can just bring your hands and arms resting on your legs. Maybe noticing any sounds. And just bringing the mind into the physical senses and settling into the space around you. Now, bringing the attention a little bit more towards the body as you scanned from head to toe. And just noticing any areas that feel particularly comfortable or uncomfortable. Just building a picture of how the body feels. Noticing if there's any particular mood that might be around at the moment. And now, gently shift your focus to the rise and fall of the breath. Wherever you feel it's strongest in the body now. And as you become increasingly comfortable in following the natural rhythm of the breath, I'd just like you to imagine now a steady flow from above the head. It flows almost like liquid sunlight. It's very smooth, very warm. It's very clear and very bright. It's almost like taking a mental shower. It flows down through the top of the head into the body and travels all the way down. And it's going to fill the body up as though it were a container, just melting away any tension, any discomfort. You just follow it as it travels down through the body, sliding down towards the feet. And you're feeling it as it fills up the toes one at a time. Just mentally acknowledging each toe as it goes through. And acknowledging all the different body parts as it starts to travel up through the feet, the heels, the ankles, and continues upwards towards the knees. Just melting away any tension. And focusing on more spaciousness within you, the brightness and the warmth. As it continues up the upper half of the leg towards the hip and pelvic area. The steady flow coming into the body, melting away any tension. As it comes up to the trunk of the body, now the stomach, the lower back, the abdomen. Up towards the diaphragm, just melting away all the tension. And it flows up now through the chest, the upper back area, all the way up to the top of the shoulders. And it continues to flow down both of the arms and towards the elbows, the hands, and filling up one finger at a time. The hands, the wrists. Again, just feeling it as it feels upwards towards the elbows and the shoulders. Releasing the tension, melting it away. As this liquid golden light travels up now through the neck and the throat area, up through the head, and all the muscles in and around the face until it gets to the very top of the body. Even though the entire body now is full of that very spacious, clear feeling, it continues to flow downwards, just resting the mind in that space. You can just let go of any focus for a moment and just allow the mind to rest in that space. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Just bringing attention back into the body. And as you start to feel the weight of your body again, notice all the physical points of contact. Start to notice the sounds, the smells, just bringing yourself back in the space around you. Opening your eyes when you are ready. I hope that was nice. Feels good to me. I was like, ooh, I feel much better. Woo. Ain't nothing like a good mindfulness body scan, baby. All righty. So that was our mindfulness practice for this week. I hope that you feel better, tying it into where we are astrologically. Where are we? Okay. How was that for you all? Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to take a few minutes. Oh, that's wonderful. Glad to hear that, G. Yeah, it's nothing like mindfulness. Nothing like it. I need to start teaching mindfulness classes. Um, One thing that I thought about that I hadn't done is just to make sure y'all know we have a full moon circle live stream here on August the 9th. Um, yeah, here on August the 9th. Um, so y'all, I hope y'all join me for that. And you can mark your calendars. I'm actually having the new moon circle on the new moon, August 27th. So I hope that y'all will join me for the new moon circle. That one, we're going to focus on Virgo, which is extremely important because Virgo energy keeps speaking. And it's also, a healing, very healing. But for sure, in that one, I've been thinking I need to do more mindfulness within the new moon circles. So good, Felicia. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. uh, oh, I love that little bell so much. I'm so happy that was good for you. Yay. Beautiful. Good. Yes, it is. It is Team Virgo time coming up soon. I'm not going to be encroaching on the Leo's energy right now, y'all. Okay, so Eileen, don't get me in trouble. But Eileen, a Virgo, a Leo too. So, okay, so let's just talk a little bit about um a happy pocket full of money. Yes, we have time. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So again, we're talking about quantum physics. That's the thing I most want to focus on because, you know, once we understand quantum physics, then nothing matters. Nothing in the world stops us. Nothing matters. Okay. So I want y'all to tell me what y'all know and what you've already know. Or do you have questions about this? So I don't even know what page we're on, but here we go. We're going to start here. Energy is the subatomic particles that in turn make up atoms and finally matter. This energy exists as waves spread out over space and time. Only, this is important, only when you exercise observation do these waves become particles localized as a space time event, a particle at a particular time and place. As soon as you withdraw your observation, they become a wave again. So, as you can see, your observation, your attention to something, and your intention literally creates that thing as a space time event. And this is why when we talk about, what you think about, you bring about, what you focus on, it comes to you, especially when you focus on with a lot of intent and energy. It doesn't matter if you want it or you don't want it. What we experience in our lives, it it is a reflection of what we're focused on. Okay. And that this takes away all the feeling like you're being victim blamed, feeling like disempowered. Because one of the things I want to remind y'all of, this is one of the lessons of Shango. Haru is another energy that we are at first cause in our lives. We have to take responsibility for everything that shows up. We do not take responsibility for what other people do to us, but we do take responsibility for this is what I got. I got to do something about it, right? And so, how do we begin to shift ourselves from where we are to where we want to be? And maybe where we are is where we want to be. And if that's the case, keep doing that. If or keep focusing on what you're focused on. But if it's something that you do not want, then you have to begin to have a, like we talked about earlier, we want to have some different stories. And just to merge it, this is why I love astrology, because astrology helps us to understand, okay, this is what I'm focused on in my life right now. You know, this is the theme that's coming up. A lot of us are perpetually, I'll give you an example, perpetually stuck in one story. We are perpetually focused on one thing that we don't have, that we want, that we can't get. When what the astrology will show us, what the cycles will show us, maybe you use a numerology, what it will show us is, you know what? This is what you need to focus on right now because it builds. And when you start allowing the astrology to help you build to, or you're focused on what you're supposed to be focused on right now, then what will happen is you'll take care of that. And then you're able to get over here and do this thing over here. You'll be able to focus on it more. But a lot of us are focused on one thing, and it's just not it's not what our astrology is focused on at this point. But where we are can help to prepare us for whatever that thing is that we desire. Okay. So for me, I always have these highs and these lows with my body. There are times when, and honestly, I never was overweight when I was younger. It was just like an illusion, some story, some lie I've been told. I've always been a little bit curvy, not when I was younger, like once I went through puberty, a little extra curvy. Um, and so, even amongst Black girls, I've always been sort of like a little bit bigger. And so that's the narrative that I have been playing out. But anywho, there's times when I feel like I can control my weight, and then there's other times when it just feels like I don't really have, like right now, I don't feel ultra motivated. Well, where am I right now? I think I'm in a time where it's like you need to let go of all notion of what it is to lose weight, to gain weight, to take care of the body. You got to let it all go. And we're going to go back to ground zero. So I just started a new course because I need to keep up my fitness certifications. And so I said, I'm just going to go back and relearn about the body. And I'm going to learn a new way of working out, a new way of eating. I'm just getting ready to overhaul it because I'm never going to get to where I want to go in my body if I keep having this flawed thinking, right? So that's how I'm working with my astrology, but also how I am understanding that me being focused on being overweight is really just bringing that to me. I just keep, what is this? Uh bringing the I keep making the waves come into the particle of this weight. Okay, let's see here. Let me go back. I got more Leo placements. So much love to the Leos. Oh, good. I'm glad that was soothing. Good. Yes. Perception is everything. And part of the perception is understanding what you are perceiving, is waking up to, wait a minute, what am I perceiving? What's going on up here? What am I constantly thinking about? And a lot of times we have what is called a blind spot. It We can't necessarily see what's in the blind spot, but if we see what's showing up in our lives, it's going to let us know. Even if we don't think we're thinking this, we're thinking it because we're seeing it. And I want you to test it. This is my aunt. My aunt says, be a scientist. So test it. Even all this emphasis on Scorpio right now with the South Node being there, we need Scorpio is about research. Do your research in you. Self research is what we'll call it. Okay. I'm in one spot, but the energy around me wants me to grow and move forward, even if I'm scared. Yes. Yes. And this, I'm going to tell you another thing about this energy that we're in right now. It really is like this energy of surrender and trust. Scorpio is surrender and trust. And these are the kinds of things that we want to be focused on. And a lot of us have been in that spot, core, and it's multiple times throughout our lives where it's just like, I know I'm being pulled in some direction. I gotta go figure out what this is, even though I'm scared. Both, furious. It's both. Concentration, focus is both. These I was never focused on my weight. I had other body problems to keep me busy. So even as a little kid, my mom would say I was too skinny and that the wind would slam me down. Yeah. Those kinds of things get in our subconscious mind and they begin to that becomes a part of our paradigm. And these are the kinds of things that we have to recognize, release, and let go of. Um, because people who are super thin don't like it. A lot of people who are super thin, they don't like it. Um, no solid is no solid object is solid. It is made up of rapidly flashing packets of energy. And that's one thing that I talk about. We are energy. It's really important for us to understand that we are energy and we accept that. And when we begin to operate from that place that we are energy, then what will happen is we will begin to learn how to work with the energy. So billions and trillions of packets of energy flash in and out of space. Um, so why does a human body or car look like a solid, continuous object? Oh, it's talking about the frames like on a movie. It's just a lot of fast moving energy. Once you understand what your world really is truly, you start to understand its true behavior and nature. You then change your view of it. And with your changed perception, you change your creation of it. This is the first step of wealth. So, subatomic particles and those energy packets or quanta are not particles in a particular point, space, and time, like a table or chair is, but they are probability that they can exist at various points in space and time. And what I'll quote, or not quote, but what I'll reference is Men in Black 3. There was that how did they describe him? He was a multi-dimensional being. Um, and he could see all the possibilities. And I had wondered why he wouldn't always know. Like, he could see all the possibilities, and then the one would pop up. So the question I remember thinking is like, why did it not exactly play out like what he was seeing? And it was probably because so many people were involved that kind of dictated which what was gonna pop up, which one of those probabilities were gonna pop up. But that is what I see for this. All possibilities exist. Isn't that good news? All possibilities exist. We are not here with just, I just gotta just stick with this. No, all possibilities exist. And so one of the things I teach in my Laws of the Universe class is about this book that I read one time that boiled down all the laws into three simple ways of understanding the laws: soften, shift, stay. So if we are struggling with the reality that we have, when we are hyper focused on it, and it's like, oh, I got to just solve this problem, I got to fix this problem, because that's how a lot of us approach it. But if we soften that down, just not see it as such a big issue. Breathe, exhale, release, just soften down. Even just a little bit. You can keep it as your problem if you want, but your focus on it, soften it down, because we want to thaw down the energy that we're pouring into this problem, right? We want to soften it down. Then we want to shift. What do you shift to? You shift to the reality that you want, which is this, which possibility do you want? Which probability do you want? So we're switching to that particular probability, that possibility that we have in our lives or for our lives. And we want to you like zone in on it. Like let's call on Ochozy, the tracker. Call on Ochozy to help us zone in on it. So that's the shift part, and stay. And you just keep your eyes on what you desire. And the way the universe is set up is it has to go. This is law. This is where the playing field is level when we go into ourselves and we begin to operate according to law. We all on the same playing field, okay? The universe has to, it is law. It has to conform to what you are focused on. Soften, shift, stay. And they're like, well, she used to be over here. She used to be focused on A. But now, for whatever reason, she just won't stay focused on A. So what she want? She want B? All right. So come on, y'all. And all the ancestors. And half the time, just like Cora was saying, the ancestors are like, boo, you stuck over here on A, but we over here on B. We trying to show you B. We've been over here at B, point B for years, calling you over here. And we doing everything we can, right? We making A crumble. We making A harder for you to focus on. We making A so uncomfortable that you don't even want to be there. So we over here, but you want Ochozy to point you in that direction to be. And the problem is because we're so mental, we're so taught like, it's a 5-step process, which I love 5-step processes if they work. I'm not knocking nothing, right? I will use whatever is going to help me, right? But we're so used to what we're programmed. You better know if you get this wrong, you're gonna get punished. This is how we're programmed. So it's always like, well, I gotta know. Is it gonna be 3 steps or is it gonna be 5 steps? Well, the universe is gonna create whatever path we need to go. So part of the step might be, well, we're gonna have to make her lose A. And then we're going to have to get her to, feel good. So she is actually able to maintain B over here. Right. So, who knows what the process is going to be like? You going to make it easy? You going to make it hard? Don't matter. Just stay focused on B though. Never give up. Keep your eyes on the prize, the new point where you want to go. That is the beauty of understanding metaphysics. Let me see here. Okay, Bliss. Let's see here. I'm still here. Had to be on my way to my Warrior Sculpt class. I see you, Queen. I love this, Deva. I've been producing incredible results with quantum physics, and I find that for me, it's a sensory and simplification process. I think that is such a good way to explain it. Love it. A happy pocket full of money. This his name is David Cameron Gikandi. I don't understand it, but you can find it for free on just about anywhere. You can pay for it too if you want to, but a happy pocket full of money. I'm happy to hear that, Cora. That's why I'm here. Oh, Deezer says she tells people she's only a spirit. You are a lot of us I describe as ancient women living in modern times, and it's something that we have to learn how to navigate it. It's just how it is. Mm. I've always felt with body image issues. Yeah, a lot of women experience body image issues. It's very common. I think even a lot of the young men are struggling with it also. Never. This is such a good question, Shamika. Is there ever a time where it's too late to shift the energy back on track? Never. So, time is actually, that's one of the things he talks up. It's just a construct. We live only in the now moment. And in the now moment, all possibilities exist. But I remember actually in 2020, I joined a course that is on manifestation. And I was one of the older people in the course. And I was like, I really do wonder, is it too late for me? I wonder if I'm that broken, I can't be brought back from it. Nope. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't be here right now on this live stream with you all because my life has radically shifted and I'm going to continue to shift it. And it's through intention that I'm doing it. And, Shamika, you almost young enough to be my daughter. Um, so I know for a fact you can do it. No question. Yes. Yes. If you're in Podia, it is in there. I need to if you're in my Mighty Networks, that's what I meant. If you know what, Eileen, that's a good idea. Maybe I can post it somewhere in Podia or somewhere on my website so y'all can download it. Because it's a free book. You can buy it too if you want to. I don't really know what he's doing, but yes. Paulette, I agree. Mhm. New life. Scorpio healing. I'm gonna put this down. Just I don't know how sensitive it is a must for me. Bipolar, multi-mind development, embracing every version of me. Yes, get that Scorpio healing, new life. Get that Scorpio healing. Um, were you here when we were talking about Tracy Marks? And let me see if I can find. Uh, hold on one second, y'all. Uh, so I like this one. I'm gonna see if I can. Uh, I'm pretty sure I'm with Tracy Marks, but I really love what this lady had to say today that I'm like, watch her. She's good. And then Tracy. Yep, that's who I thought it was. I'm subscribed to Tracy Marks. Let me bring this up for y'all to see. I really love her. Um, so yeah. Yes. Yeah, Podia, most people don't the only time people are in Podia typically is when they have bought something or, got a reading or something like that. So I might put it on my website or maybe even, like I said, in Podia. I'll let y'all know. That's a very good idea. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. I appreciate you extra. The full moon circle is at um it's at 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. Okay, let me see what time is it. Oh, dang. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else we can hit up because I gotta go because like I said, I coach on Thursday morning. Where's my mouse? I'm having problems. What's going on with my mouse? Is my computer frozen? Oh, there it is. Um, okay. Physicists have also discovered that quantum particles make decisions, okay? They are powered by intelligence. Not only that, they also know instantly what decisions are being made by other particles anywhere in the universe. The synchronicity across space and time is instantaneous. They communicate without taking any time or crossing any space. So I'm going to tell you, I was just about to say, I'm seeing so many new things now that I go through this. Because the first time I read this book, I was just like, okay, okay. So the reason these quantum particles know what's going on is because there's only one energy, and that energy is source. It is the divine. Um, all that is proportionally made up of your own individual mind and also the individual minds of the rest of the universe, depending on the subject matter scope and strength of will. So we are all, there's only one energy. And this is why, Sharmika, there's never a loss. Because one thing I want y'all to continue to search for this truth is we are divinity. We are God. We have not been taught this. It's heretical in certain cultures and in religious traditions to believe that we are God. But what are we? Where do we come from? If we're not made up of, like, God is everything everywhere, how can we not be divinity? We may not have access to the entire power of the divine when we are in this limited form of, the physical, but we have access to everything that God is, because that's what we're made of. The fabric of the universe is consciousness, the consciousness of the divine. And so divinity never having a second chance, divinity not being able to turn their life around, all we need to do is go to the library and look in these autobiographies and these biographies of people who were like completely down and out. And then now they got a book in the library that we all reading. So let's think about Madam C.J. Walker. Like, that should not have been a possibility based on what we know was going on in the United States back then, right? But look at what she did. Look at how she was able to turn things around for herself. Or and not even just turn things around, like her ancestors still profiting from the turnaround that she had, the moment of genius that came to her to start helping Black women with their hair. Or we can think about Malcolm X. Malcolm X was in prison. This man should have never come out and become not just, the force that he was here in the United States. It's people around the world that love Malcolm X. And that is because when we shift our focus, when we make some other decisions, and it's so beautiful how we are so brilliant that we have put in before we came here, we created a um a choose your own adventure. We created choose your own adventure, and we created things that happen along the path that will help us to stay on this journey. And the problem for a lot of us is we don't spend enough time outside, and life, whether we believe it or not, life is a little bit ultra comfortable. And I think that's why we're so uncomfortable right now, because we knew how comfortable this world would be that would keep us just steeped in the lies of we're not good enough, we don't deserve this, we don't deserve that. Well, now a lot of us don't have a choice. It's like we got to wake the F up and make something of ourselves and do something with our lives, because it's too uncomfortable not to at this point. And so my point is, for Malcolm X, I can't remember who it was, but there was the old guy in prison who was like, "What you doing here?" Malcolm X, before he hit his mama's womb, he knew, well, I'm gonna have to have this person show up. Now, I don't know how, why it had to unplay like that. Did Malcolm X for sure have to go through prison? Is that what he had put in his choose your own adventure? but we knew he knew he was going to need a turnaround at some point. And so he put there the man was in prison telling him, you gotta, you're not supposed to be here. And he introduced him to Islam. And once he got introduced to Islam, especially, through the Black Muslims here in the United States, then he he was able to start turning his life around. We needed Malcolm X at the time that he was here. If anybody was headed for death, it was Malcolm X. He turned that around. We can do it. It is possible because anything is possible when you divinity. When is divinity limited? We know all things are possible. Here we got multiverses out there that we're starting to see on these high powered cameras that we have, or whatever we call these things that we are creating. You can't tell me this is not God. My question to you is, how willing are you to grab up this natural innate intelligence within you and go do something with it in your life? Whatever you want to do, not what the world tells you is possible, but whatever you want to do. That is why I'm studying this with you all, because I want y'all to understand the truth of our identity and the power that lies within us. So I'm just going to say it's really important for all of us to uh, unlock and unleash our inner wild women. That is my new mission for the rest of this year, is to focus on unlocking and unleashing the wild woman within you. And part of what makes a woman a wild woman is she gets back to the truth of who and what she is. She stops living according to what has been told to her, and she just starts saying, you know what? I know who I am, and I'm just gonna do the doggone thing. Okay, so let me see here. So I am gonna have to start winding us down. There we go, Eileen. Mhm. Yes, beautiful. For bipolar, no question. If you think you're bipolar, then you should go get a diagnosis. That's not one that I would play around with self-diagnosis. Yes, she's very good. Okay. So I love this so much because I actually, you know, have been a witness to Dava's evolution. Foster child, mental psychosis, wandered the street for years, lost it all. Look at me now, and I'm just getting started. A lot of it has transpired just in the last year. Dava, I am so very happy for you. I am so very happy for you. Yes, environment matters, Furious. Environment matters. It's really real, y'all. That's the name of your book, Dava. Before I knew all I know now, it dawned on me that God was truly everywhere when I visited a place of worship from a different religion than one I was raised in. I felt the Hindu goddess's energy. Yes. It's only one energy. Okay. Asheo. Asheo. Under and overstanding self with and without interference is a blessing. Know thyself is key. Good morning, Latoya. Welcome. You're welcome, Kita May. Okay, beautiful, beautiful goddesses. Thank y'all so very much for being here. I'm gonna run so I can get ready for coaching. Again, I hope to see y'all on August the 9th for the full moon live stream. This is Aquarius. I'm excited about that. Yeah, Aquarius is a very important sign. I cannot overstate. Aquarius is so important right now. Um, yeah, just a lot going on with the Aquarius. I wrote in my newsletter, if y'all saw it, I truly believe that one day we are going to be the ones that they look back on and say, oh, that was when the age of Aquarius kicked in the most. They're going to say we set the foundation for a lot of what is to come. We think we have seen technology really take over. We think we've seen some progress in society. We ain't seen nothing yet. We are setting the foundation. Y'all the real MVPs to be here during this time. You the real MVP. I want you to believe in yourself, okay? So just know we're in the middle of a huge transition. Grant yourself some grace, all right? Be gentle with yourself and come to that live stream next whatever the 9th is. I think that's Tuesday. And let's really soak up this energy of Aquarius so we can get our tanks refilled, do some searching to see how are we doing, and make plans for moving further into 2022. So stars, we've got to get through 2023, okay? So let's just stick together and keep doing what we need to do in order and hold each other and hold each other's hands so that we can get there. Know that I love and appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. She said the bees are not for Beyonce. They represent the community. That's right. Bees were around. The beehive was around before Beyonce. This is the beehive representing the goddess community. Yes, Asheo. Community working together in sweetness. Love that. Have an amazing day. Yes. Thank you all so much. Oh, I know. See, this is why you having that great awakening. I saw your comment, Paulette. This is why you having that great awakening. Asheo. I'm happy for you. Love y'all. You're so welcome. All right. I'll be seeing y'all around soon, okay? What am I doing here? Something went weird. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Love y'all. Thank you. This is the reason I have my outro graphic here. She created this picture of me. I love it. Love y'all.